Welcome back to the channel. My name is James, and we're going to continue with our Coaching Uncut series. This time around, we're talking about 10 essentials for selling big. And we're at number 3 today, and we're going to try to cover number 3 and number 4 in the short time that we have. So let's get started and jump right into it. The first two we talked about were courage and confidence. Now we're moving into perseverance. What is perseverance? Well, perseverance, it says, as it's defined, a steadfast pursuit of an objective or unwavering persistence in a belief. So the question is, perseverance is a necessary characteristic for any thriving business. Why? Why? What is perseverance? I'm sure that every one of us can relate to some time in our life or some circumstance where we needed to make the decision to press on, regardless of the obstacles in front of us. I've often taught that when my clients come to me and say, I've got this obstacle in front of me, or I've got this challenge, I really don't know how to get, how to conquer this challenge. There are some obstacles you're going to run into when building your business or running into sales that are kind of like mountains. And at the time when you're facing them, it may not be a question of, can I overcome this obstacle? Perhaps maybe it's an opportunity to navigate my way around it. So like a river coming up to a mountain, does the river go up and over the mountain, or does it find its way around it? Sometimes an obstacle is an obstacle for an obstacle's sake. That doesn't mean that we have the power, the ability, or the necessity to eradicate that obstacle. We just may need to find another way of doing it. So in entrepreneurial language, this isn't, always a can I do it or can I not do it? You have to ask the question, change your internal language to say, how can I do it? How can I afford it? It's not can I afford it or can't I? How can I afford it? So that's really the value of perseverance. It creates a strategic thinking there, and it rewires our natural our natural sort of way of behaving, which is to conclude I can or I can't. It's like an absolute. But no, you think about how it can be done, and then you start thinking in a different way. So perseverance will lend to that kind of mindset. What should we do when we don't feel like standing up to the challenge? Well, that's a personal conversation between you and and you have to describe what's going on in your life. I have said very clearly that life issues will collide with your business successes and challenges. They will collide at some point. You can't treat them as compartmentalized because it's a both and, not an either or. So what do you do when you don't feel like standing up to it? Well, lots of people have good intentions. So I wrote here, intention without action is no more than wishful thinking. And people who always wish, always wish. So it's really an action equals prosperity situation. And so I'm saying to you, believe more, you'll achieve more. It's, hey, what I want to achieve is more important than the apathy or the fear that I have of doing nothing. Like, I want to accomplish something in my life, and I'm not going to allow my fear or apathy, laziness, whatever you want to characterize it, I'm not going to allow that to be the dominant feeling or the dominant attitude in my life, because what I want to achieve is way more important. So anyway, sometimes I get off on a tangent there and that, but you get the point. Is you got to believe more in what you're doing, believe in what you have that is an important product or a solution for somebody out there. You've got to continue to develop your power of belief. And I know that it will be, another conversation, talk about, well, what is belief? But I think you get the point here. So believe more, achieve more, have perseverance to take another step, even when you don't feel like, you want to, or it's too challenging. Well, that's what a good coach is here to help you do. So let's move on and go to the second one, or the fourth one in the series, is curiosity. Well, what is curiosity? One of the biggest points of advice I have for people, in sales training is, if you really, really want to overcome a lot of the base objections, is, one major objection is, why should I trust you? One way to defeat that objection right off the bat is to be genuinely interested in that person and in the story that they're coming to you with. Be genuinely interested in their points of pain and points of interest, their desires. Be genuinely interested in people. It's one thing to try to fabricate, enthusiasm and all that, but people can see right through that. They're way more intuitive than you give them credit for. So I'm saying, well, why don't you go back to the beginning and just be authentic and say, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you talking to me. So be genuinely interested. And curiosity is defined as the desire to learn about anything. It's that, what are these people coming with? What surprises and stories and things that interest you that they may be coming with? They may look very ordinary in front of you, but they probably have a lot to tell. So we just have to learn to ask the right questions to get the best information and the best answer. But somebody says to me, well, why bother to learn? Why bother to be curious? I just want to, love them and leave them. I just want to sell the product and move on and sell more, Well, the answer is simply this: a genuine curiosity cultivates not only imagination, interest, but also it cultivates in an expedited fashion the quality of relationships you build. So everybody knows when you're just doing, surface talk, you're just doing, and I'm no good at that, what do they call it? Anyway, I'm not really good at that. I'm a substantial conversationalist. So, it will be noted in your client's memory the imprint of experience you provide, which, if it's good, it makes you more referable. If it's negative, well, do a good job for me, I'll tell 10, do a bad job, I'll tell 100 kind of thing. So I'm asking you to think ahead and think outside of your own selfish interests for the benefit of others. And in so doing, I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, if you help as many people get what they want, you will get what you want. So, and there's truth in that. And that truth is long lasting. So anyway, thank you for your time today. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share as we're trying to build the channel. I do have a sales course that I'll talk to you about at the end of this series, 10 Essentials for Selling Big. But thanks for your time today. All right, take care.